What's up, everybody? In this video, I'm going to be showcasing a super simple CRM that I've just developed to help me convert leads into actual revenue. And this is the main view that I'm going to be leveraging. This is a list view of all of the leads across all of the different platforms that I leverage. And so we've got Kevin over here. This is Kevin inside my HubSpot account, and this is Kevin inside my Smart Lead account. Why this is relevant is because if we were to try to do everything inside Smart Lead, we're obviously not able to give Kevin a phone call, but we're able to give Kevin a phone call inside HubSpot. But the problem with HubSpot is it just adds a lot more complexities into our operations since we already do everything inside Clickup. And so we're creating campaigns in Clickup, setting up domains in Clickup, doing client onboarding, offboarding, all of that stuff. It's already happening inside Clickup. So adding another layer of HubSpot just adds some confusion to myself. And so I'd rather have a sales funnel over here. And I'll show you how I've simplified it to actually be even more efficient than if I was to try to do it inside HubSpot. And then the next thing we leverage this for is adding tags. And so whenever meetings happen, we're going to add the very first tag, which is a booked tag. And this is the automation that does that. So it checks for my calendar to see for any new meetings, and any leads that exist on this page are going to get that first tag. And then from there, we're going to leverage this automation after the meeting has happened to send this message over here inside Slack. And so this message is just like, hey, the meeting already happened. Was this a show or a no show? And then we simply just have to click one of these two options. And so if we click show, for example, it's going to take us into this second step automation, which is just going to update the tag inside ClickUp. And that's it. That's literally all that's happening. And the next thing is doing actual tasks. So what this is, it's actually more of a follow-up system than anything, right? And so we've got all of these leads over here, and what we're going to be doing is essentially following up with them. And so we've got Blake, who was last contacted on March 4th. We're going to contact him right now. And so this is what it would look like from my end. I'll say called busy, right? And so I'll just do this. I'll add it over here. And obviously I called them from HubSpot over here. And from here, watch this number over here. So this is currently 51 engaged leads. I'm going to move it to sometime further than today. Right now, it's July 30th. We're going to move it to August 1st. And then when we click that, it's 51, right? And then let's do another thing, right? So added to subsequence, right? Sequence. And then we do this, and then we move it another time further than today. So it will be like 2 weeks because the subsequence, that's typically how long it takes. And then boom. And so now it's further out into the future. And where that's going to be reflected is within the timeline view. And so if you recall, this is showcasing all of the different leads and their specific due dates, allowing us to be able to easily know when the tasks are coming up. And so these are the due dates, right? So for the future, right? And the one that was the 14th, it's over here. And in fact, let's add another person for the 9th, right? Let's just do that for the sake of it. This person is going to be on July 9th, and then boom. And we go back over here. I think, yeah, you need to refresh the page, and then we're going to have a new lead for the 9th. And so what this actually means from a functional perspective is I don't have to touch any of these because I've already done something with these specific leads. And if they reply back to my emails, on a different note, I think I will actually change the due date. That's going to be an automation that I build probably tomorrow, where if they reply, it brings the due date from the 14th all the way to the 30th. Yeah, I'll definitely do that. Okay, anyways, we go back over here. So all of these leads that are back here, these are the leads that we're actually going to be working on as tasks. And so if we look at the filter is today and earlier. So I just have to basically do that process over and over and over. And so if it's not today and earlier, these are the ones that we're not going to be touching for now. And obviously, when we come back to them, when the day is there, we're going to see added to subsequence. And so from here, I know what I did previously. I can click on the Smart Lead over here, I can see the campaigns associated, look at the subsequence, and at that point, I'll know the next step to do. I'll do it, and then add a comment. So just done, and then move it further out into the future. And after a certain point, I'm going to have moved this so many times that it's going to just be like, all right, this lead's not going to be converting. And from here, all I would be doing is essentially changing the status. And so the status that I would be changing it to is either disqualified, closed lost, or closed won. Close one would be happening if we won, but that's it, right? Like, I just love to keep my stuff extremely simple, but actually like useful, to where it's actually going to do things. And all of the complexities are hidden in the background. So all of this stuff that's happening that's complex, it's all over here. Like, this is all the complex stuff. And so to get started, this automation right here, it's actually in the 100 free automation. So if you were to go to afonto.com/automation, smart lead calendar sync, this is level 3. Obviously, I've made some updates to mine, but it's basically the same one that's over there. And as I did mention, the main thing that this automation is doing is getting the calendar event, finding the lead inside that ClickUp task, finding the lead, the same lead inside Smart Lead. And the reason we do that is so that we can eventually pause it, right? So we find the same lead inside Smart Lead, and then we update the task. And by updating the task, we're basically just updating the status to meeting booked. We're changing the due date to be like one. We're changing the due date, adding the tag as well, and then adding a comment. And by adding a comment, we're just saying like meeting booked and what day it got booked for specifically, right? So let's actually go back. Is today and earlier. We look at something that was booked. We've got meeting booked Tuesday, February 13th, right? And then we've got another one, meeting booked February 15th, right? And so we're able to see all of that history seamlessly, and I'll be improving the comments section so that we can also see like some of the previous emails and anything else that I feel is relevant. But let me also mention there is tools that exist like Break Cold. I gave Break Cold a shot, and it's amazing. It does a lot of really cool things. Like, for example, you can have an inbox for your LinkedIn and your email in one simple view, follow up with leads, do all that other stuff. But again, if I want to call somebody, so I've got somebody's phone over here, if I want to call this person, I can't. So that's why I like to have things inside like tools like HubSpot, for example, right? But then I already mentioned my reasons for not using HubSpot. Okay, so that is basically the CRM. We've got a 90-day view. This is actually going to be having a filter, which is like last 90 days, which is just like a visual of like the funnel, like where are all the leads, where are they, like all that basic stuff. And then we've got a timeline view, which is already gone. And this is just, you've already seen that. I'm also going to be adding a dashboard view to be able to see like, the revenue inside the funnel. Actually probably worth showing. So like if we were to click on Shari, for example, we've got a monthly value over here. And so we're able to add all of those values together, create a dashboard by leveraging the dashboard feature. So it's over here, and we can make the dashboard what have anything that we want. But really that's it, right? It's just due date, comment, have all the leads in one place, and then update it with a no show or a show tag. Oh, right. Let me show you guys this over here. So what this is going to do, it's going to get the lead. We have a filter over here. Oh, it's just not working for whatever reason. Okay, it's not going to work. Okay, so we iterate through all the leads that pop up, and then we're basically looking for all the, yeah, it's actually, this is going to work. Okay, never mind. This does not want to work. Okay. Anyways, we're basically looking for all the leads to find the ones that are, shoot, I wish I could remember this. Google Calendar, search events. We're searching for all of the events. Oh, we're searching for all of the leads that have booked but don't have no show or don't have a show. So that's what we're searching for over here. So if it has booked but it doesn't have a show or no show, we're checking for that. And then we're also checking for the Google Calendar event date, and the Google Calendar event date, if it's past today, we're going to be sending the message in Slack. And like, yeah, I can't open this stuff for whatever reason. Anyways, and then after it sends, we can actually just run it once. So let's run it once. When we click Dion as a show, let's actually find Dion first, right? So Dion is over here. He's got a tag for no show. We're gonna make Dion a show. So we click show. It's going to trigger this automation right here. Parse the JSON. So this is how it looks. And by parsing the JSON, it's really just like getting the information off Slack. And then we're filtering for the view. Oh, delete message. This does not work. Channel not found. It's because I'm using a bot. So I actually need to use this. So it didn't delete the message because of that. But it did do this, right? So like if we were to go back to the tag, now we've got the tag that says show, right? Let's actually remove these again. So now it's just Dion books. So this is what it should actually look like. And the actual thing did not work. So let's do it again. Let's use existing data. And now it deletes the message. The message is deleted. And then in a few seconds over here, Dion, it's a show. So that's how it works. And the tag is just it's basic like that. And then it's just deleting the message. And to make all of this stuff work, we leverage a Slack application. And so this is an example of a Slack application. This one's archived, so it's not the same one, but it does the exact same thing. We have incoming webhook, so we can create an incoming webhook, and the incoming webhook is in a specific channel that we want. And so this incoming webhook, this is what we would be putting inside here. Inside, but that doesn't want to work. So the actual URL for send to Slack is the incoming webhook, and I'm using an HTTP module over here. And then the next thing is interactivity and shortcuts. And so this is another webhook, and the webhook over here is this webhook over here. So the initial webhook inside the step 2 automation, that is what we're using. And by the way, on a different note, I can show you how we used to do this process, because it might be relevant for somebody, right? So this is actually what we used to do. We used to send the information over into our email account. So we would basically do the same thing, right? So we've got Sorin over here, and then we would click update inside Clickup, and then from here we would just add the tags manually, and it worked. It was great. It did the job. The main reason why we've opted to go with Slack is because of the application, right? So like over here, I could just click Dion, no show, and then it's going to delete it. Like, it's so much easier. Did it delete it? Oh, it didn't, because it's inside here. I have to do it. So Dion's gone. So it's much easier to do it like this. Anyways, that is the video. I'm rambling at this point, but honestly, like, that's it. It's super simple. Due date, comment, boom. That's it.